What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to create this online flyer in Photoshop. It's going to be pretty much simple and I'm going to take my time too. So if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're already here too, thank you for coming back. Without further ado, let's get it. So you go to File, select New, and this is going to be the settings for the canvas. So make sure you copy that and hit Create. Now once you set out your canvas, what you want to do is go to your File Explorer, bring in this image. So this is Google Meeting logo, and I'm going to use this one to create the entire design. Okay, so everything is going to be about this, the colors, the structure of the design, everything is going to be about the logo. And I hope that sounds crazy, but let's see how things work out. So I'm just trying to create spaces for the other elements using the one logo. Okay, now let's bring in another logo, okay, the same logo, to create the background of the work. Okay, so I will just rotate this and come and bring it beneath the first one, and I will just reduce the opacity to 10. Okay, and that makes the background. So we will select everything, okay, by holding Shift, group it, and just name it BG for short. And what you want to do is to lock it to avoid any distraction. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to select our rectangle tool and draw some couple of rectangles here, and the colors are going to be based on the logo. Like I said, everything is about the logo. Okay, so I'm using this color. I hope you saw the hash code. Let's duplicate it by holding Alt and clicking and dragging. Let's expand it a little bit and change the color of it. So this time around we're going to select yellow, and this is the color hash code. Okay, so copy that. Let's duplicate it once more and change the color. Okay, so let's change it to green. This is the hash code, and let's hit OK. So let's duplicate it last one, and let's bring this one beneath it like that, and let's change the color. So we select blue. This is the hash code. Make sure you copy that and hit OK. So once we set this one, what you want to do is you want to select all the rectangles here, okay, and group them. Okay, now let's right click and select small object. Then we are going to rasterize it. Okay, so let's select rasterize layer like that. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to click and edit the name. So we just write block. Okay, I'm just naming it like that, and let's click to the plus icon to duplicate it like that, and let's rotate this one to 45 degrees. Okay, so now what we're going to do next is we are going to hold Alt and right arrow key. Okay, just hold it, and it's going to duplicate a lot of layers for you. Okay, so this is the effect. Okay, good. Now I want you to select from the top to the last but one block, that is the block copy. Okay, now select everything like that and just merge the layers. So right click and merge layers, you get something like this. Okay, and let's rotate it by holding Shift to rotate it in a fixed angle like that. Now we change the color, so color overlay, and we are going to give it this color. Kind of look like black, but not all that black though. So what you want to do is that bring the block to the top like that, and we are going to position this one here. So now you get the effect. All right, so I'm using my arrow key to make sure that everything is on point. Okay, so once we've done that, we can select all of them, group them, okay, and we can just name them block. So block C, that is block complete. Okay, so what we can do next is we convert it to smart object, and we come to edit, come to transform and flip horizontal. Okay, because we want it to be in a different direction. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to open this folder, PG folder, and bring this block C into it. Okay, so that when you expand it, it will be inside that. Okay, I hope you get that. So now we've set this text holder because that's what we are going to put our text. All right, so let's start writing things. So I'm going to use poppins, but the weight is going to be bold, and I'm going to write virtual. Okay, so that is the heading. You can write anything. So let me check the tracking, make sure that I set it to 0 like that, and just increase the text. Okay, so I'm just doing texting. Okay, meaning we are writing text here. So I'll expand it a little bit like that, and what I will do next is I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, so let me position it and just duplicate it like that, and use my arrow key, down arrow key, to bring it to the bottom, to the down like that, and just edit it. Okay, so I'm going to write business, and what I'll do next is position it at the right place and change the color. Okay, so we are going to repeat this process to get all our text on those boxes or those rectangles. Okay, so let's edit this one, and we are going to call this summit. So it's virtual business summit. Okay, you can put anything that you want on it, just feel free to be you understand? All right, so this is the main topic, that is virtual business summit, and we want to add the theme. Okay, so the theme for the program or the topic. All right, so let's edit this one and write theme. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the size of it like that. Okay, so I'm reducing the size, and I'm going to use my arrow key. You see, I use my arrow key a lot. Okay, the arrow keys, the up, down, left, right, that's what I've been using. So yeah, any movement that I don't want to use the move to, I just use arrow key. All right, so let's select our text tool and click and drag to create text box. Okay, so let's change the weight to regular, and the size of the text is going to be 1. Okay, and we just write something here. You can put anything. I'm just putting in just the AI generated text, but you can write your theme, anything, or your topics. You can just write it here. Good. And I know people can see it though, so let's expand it a little bit, just trying to make it look good. All right, so yeah, so what I want to do is that I want to copy all the text and group them. I'm trying to organize my layers. All right, so I'm calling this text 1. Okay, you can also name it anything you want, just make sure that you remember. Okay, so let me select everything and lock it. The next thing we are going to do is to write the brand name. Okay, so this is how I was thinking. The brand name, okay, and presents. So it's like the brand is bringing something. All right, so I don't want to write any particular thing. In fact, you can write your brand name. All right, so I'm changing the weight. I hope you saw that, and make sure I center it. Okay, so here we go. So what I want to do next is I want to increase it a little bit. Okay, want to increase this one and write something. So I'm going to actually I copied a text. Okay, I'm having problem with my P on my keyboard, so I thought I've copied what I want to write, but no. So we have to type it using my screen keyboard. Okay, so just that my P is not working. I don't know, for some reason it's not working. So all that I want to write is present. Okay, so this is present. So the brand, maybe you brand want to have online meeting, so that's what I was thinking. So brand name, present, then the virtual business or any online meeting, you can just do that. Okay, so I'm just expanding and I'm just making an adjustment. Okay, trying to position it where I think it will be. Okay, all right, so we are going to draw a square like that, and these are the holders that we are going to put the pictures in it. Okay, so the host, the guest, anyone you want to put. So first picture is going to be the man. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the size and come to the layer and make sure I clip max it to the shape. Okay, you just right click then select clip max. It will do that for you. So now once I've set it, what I want to do is that I want to make it black and white. So select the black and white adjustment and just hold Alt to clip max it and just play with the slides here. Okay, just play with them, and you just have to play with it to get the effect that you want. But I think for me this one is okay. Now what we want to do next is I want to draw a shape here. Okay, now let me change the color of this one. I want to change it to yellow. Okay, but I'm just putting it at some place like that. So let's change the color to yellow like that, and this is going to be where we will put the name of maybe the host or the guest. Okay, so let me write host name, change the color to black, and I have to reduce the size because it's big. So let me reduce the size of that. Use my arrow keys to make that adjustment and make sure it is at the middle like that. Good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the vertical type tool so that I will type vertically. Okay, so I'm just writing host and I will change the color to white like that. All right, so what we are going to do next is we are going to select everything. Okay, from the rectangle, the red rectangle one, to the host. Okay, and group them, and we can duplicate it. Okay, we don't want to go through the same process, so we just have to duplicate things and just name them. Okay, so sorry for that. Let me name this one as image 2. Okay, so I'm using my arrow key to bring this one down. When you hold shift, it will make it faster. Okay, so now you've made the duplicate, and what you want to do is just edit this one and write guest. Okay, good. And we are going to select the image, change it. So let's bring in this female. So it's assumed that this is going to be our guest and the other person is going to host the program. Yeah, so let's change it. Let's delete this photo and clip max the lady to the square or the rectangle. Okay, good. Now let's reduce the size of the picture so that we can see her. This is pretty simple design, right? And I hope you're enjoying it. It's Pretty simple. In design you don't have to do too much. Okay, so let's bring the medium of the meeting. Okay, so that is, it's going to be through Google Meeting. So I'm bringing the Google Meeting logo like that, and I think I have to expand the structure a little bit, the logo a little bit. Okay, because I want to write at the white space. Okay, I don't want to put black on a blue background. That one, it won't be readable, so I just had to shift it to the left a little bit. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to type Google Meeting. Okay, so this is to tell the medium. Okay, yeah, so Google Meeting, and let me change it to black, and let me change the medium. Select, I think, auto. I'm just making settings for the text. Okay, so I'm changing, I think this one is okay. Okay, so let's reduce the size like that, and let's bring it down. Okay, so I'm using my arrow keys as always. All right, so let me check something here. Let's make it regular. I think regular will do. All right, regular will do. And what you want to do is that let's group them and call them Google Meeting. So that is our Google Meeting. The next thing we're going to do is to bring this QR code. All right, so it's like once you see it, you can just scan it and join. That's basically the link to the meeting. Okay, so I'm just changing the color to white. Okay, and just position it somewhere here. I'll expand it a little bit. Okay, just making an adjustment. Okay, so I will just expand it like that, and what I will do is to select the rectangle and just draw this rectangle. So this is going to be like call to action. Okay, CTA. So I'll just write something like, let me select my text tool and write something like scan to join. Okay, so yeah, scan to join, and I'm going to change the color to white, and I think I will change the weight of the font to, let's say, bold. Okay, now I'm going to reduce the size of it and just bring it to this. Now I held Control and dragged it. That's why I was not using the mouse pointer or the move tool, but I was able to do that. All right, good. So let's draw a line. As you saw it, I selected the line too, just like that, and I just changed the color of the stroke and everything. So what you want to do next is let's draw a rectangle like that, change the color. Okay, we give it no stroke. Okay, but we change the color to yellow. All right, good. And what we want to do is we want to write something. So this is going to be the time. All right, so time, let's write time. We're just adding text to the shape, and let's use our arrow keys to make the adjustment. Try to position it well and change the color to black. Good. Now the next thing we will do is we are going to select this this line again, and we are just going to draw a small line. So this one, we are just trying to make it look nice, just be creative here. You can do same, you can just do your own style, that's fine. All right, so let me change the size of the stroke to 0.5 because 0.7 because I don't want the line to be too thick. Okay, so now what we can do here is we can duplicate the time text and use our right arrow key to shift it to the right. Now we are going to edit this one and write the time. Okay, so you duplicate, then it edits, then you write whatever you want to write, the time. So I'm making it 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. so this is going to be 2 hours meeting. All right, and let's change the color to white like that, and I'm going to change it to semi-bold, that is the weight of the font to semi-bold, and use my left arrow key to bring it closer. All right, and I will just decrease it because I want it to be in line, okay, of that black shape. I hope you can see that. So what I will do next is I will reduce the size of the line like that, yeah, because I'm going to draw a rectangle. All right, so now what we are going to do is select your rectangle tool, make sure you have no fill, and make sure you have just stroke. Now what you want to do is to draw like that to serve as like a holder or a container of the time. Okay, all right, so we've done that, and what we want to do is we want to select everything, the entire thing that we've done. We want to duplicate it, so we have to find them and select everything like that. But before that, let me do some adjustment. Okay, good. So I hope it's looking good. Yeah, so what you want to do is to select them. Okay, so let's try and find everything. I think I've selected some things. Or let's see. Let me lock this background. Okay, so let me lock this and just select it from the screen. Okay, I hope I don't select anything, but I know I might select something. Yeah, I might select something. Okay, so let's duplicate this one and bring this one down here. Oh, we made a mistake, so let's do it again. Let's try and bring this one beneath it. We are taking this one out of the group. Okay, and let's maintain a group. So it's like the group, we selected the layers and we realized that some elements are in that we don't want. So what I did was I just picked that element out of the group. All right, just like that. So it's nothing. I hope you get that, right? So let's edit our dates. Okay, let's edit our date and change the background to red. Yep, change the background to red like that. So I hope you are doing good. Let's do one last thing. Write something like thank you for joining. Okay, so thanks for joining or thank you for joining. Okay, and let's change the let's change the size. Let's reduce the size of it, and sorry, I'm just getting tired. So let's position it somewhere here, and I think it's okay. All right, so what we can do here is to select everything, group it, and we want to click and drag this one to the plus icon. We are going to add noise effect. So it's not that always you have to do that, but sometimes I do that to check what works best. Okay, so go to filter, select noise, add noise, and I'm just adding 4. Okay, so just 4, and let's see before and after. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like, share, and also thank you so much for supporting me. And if you want to continue creating, make sure you watch the video on your screen. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Bye.